Bonjour à tous et bienvenue dans cette...
Hello everyone and welcome to Business Africa. Coming up, fuel imported into Nigeria said to be extremely toxic and of lower quality than what is produced on the black market, with serious health consequences, the results of a laboratory analysis show. Significant progress for many African countries in the fight against tax fraud and money laundering. Plus, Somalia struggling with the coronavirus pandemic, hundreds of companies dangerously impacted by COVID-19 on the verge of bankruptcy. Fuel imported into Nigeria, as in many African countries, is of lower quality than those from illegal refineries in the Niger Delta. This is the finding of the International Resource Monitoring Group Stakeholder Democracy Network based on laboratory analysis. The study notes that oil stolen from rudimentary refineries is less polluting than the highly toxic diesel and gasoline that Europe exports to Nigeria. Ruth Lago and Amelia Martha Nachitimbo with more.
New laboratory findings have revealed that samples from illegal refineries in Nigeria are of a higher quality compared to imported petrol. Researchers from the Stakeholder Democracy Network have found that petrol imported from Europe is highly toxic and more polluting compared to black market fuel from refineries in the Niger Delta. According to a recent Reuters report, the United Nations Security Council estimates that Nigeria lost $2.8 billion of revenue to oil theft in 2017. In May, Nigeria's military dismantled illegal refining sites in the Niger Delta. They held at least 170 ovens loaded with over 14,400 barrels of suspected stolen crude oil. The Nigerian government currently controls 4 refineries, but none operate above 60% of its design capacity. Now, Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Benin have joined Nigeria in the effort to stop the importation of low-quality petroleum products designated specifically for Africa.
We have NJ Ayuk, the president of the African Chamber of Energy, joining us from Johannesburg in South Africa. So what do you think of the recent report that says that diesel from the Niger Delta is less polluting than the highly toxic diesel and petrol that Europe exports to Nigeria?
I think this is something that it's not new. It has always been there. And I think it's always an issue where it comes with quality control. We have not done a really good job in not just Nigeria or the Niger Delta, but across Africa, in really checking on the quality of the products that comes in. In Nigeria and across Africa, many products coming in with really poor quality that have been coming in from European refineries or Middle Eastern refineries in some cases, and have not really stood up to the standards as required in international best practices. It is not a surprise that you could see local refineries even producing better quality products for local consumption. But the real questions we have to ask ourselves is the regulatory impasse that we have right now. We need to be able to improve that. We need to be able to show up local refineries. We need to be able to boost them up and give them a chance to really play in this. And we should really embrace this and see it as a chance for us to build a change and drive up our industry locally in Nigeria and around Africa.
Do you think there's an act of fraud here where merchants are looking for cheap products around the world and putting them on the local market?
There is always going to be unscrupulous characters always trying to make an extra dollar or so. But the real issue there is how are we maintaining the standards, seeking compliance, and ensuring that these global standards are met. We have seen in the product supply business that sometimes you need to have real government action in preventing the fraud that you sometimes see. But again, it's an opportunity for us to really show up local refineries that are doing a great job to meet the needs of our people, because this is really critical at this moment. At the African Energy Chamber, we have always pushed for that. local content, supporting local refineries, empowering local consumption is a key aspect of that. And this is a clear example that because it comes from Europe doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. We can build locally and develop that, but also punish and deal vociferously with the unscrupulous characters that are giving the industry a bad name.
What do you think Nigeria could do in view of the latest findings on illegal refineries?
It is a great opportunity for growth. It is a great opportunity for local entrepreneurship, and it's a great opportunity to really give made in Nigeria products and support Nigerians to really be part of a 21st century industry. What do you do from here? You create capital. A big problem with having refineries being able to do very well in Nigeria is there is a lack of capital, and not just capital, but patient capital to build these refineries and have them operate. We need to have the state coming with financing of credible refinery entrepreneurs so that you drive that.
Thank you so much, NJ Ayuk, for your views. That is the president of the African Chamber of Energy Online from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always great to talk to you.
We take a short break, and after, we'll see how African countries have managed to close gaps in the fight against tax fraud and money laundering. See you in a moment.